you answer it and say, "This is Cameron Scott," this call will be recorded for future reference.
That way, he will not have, and we will start recording when the phone rings, and so he won't have an excuse of, oh, it's the invasion of privacy. Because there is no invasion of privacy. We told him up front that it will be recorded. Just like all the companies you call. You call them up and it goes, hello, this call will be recorded. Will be recorded. Would that be okay? And you have to say yes. Otherwise they go, okay, sorry, goodbye, click.
So
yeah, that's what we should do from now on. So it won't be a, you will ask for both sides' opinion. And it'll just be a, and he goes, I don't want you to record me. I'm sorry, Bashir, then I can't talk to you.
there you go. If you don't agree to let you record him, then just say, sorry, then I can't talk to you. Click.
Because he's really being ridiculous. We still don't have to record every single conversation because it gets crazy.
Yeah, just by watching a little of that clip, I mean, even, oh my gosh, even just he and I one-on-one, just hanging out doing something or another, I can tell, like, you go off about the two of you. Like, when we went to that whole WWE table, ladder, and chair thing, he, all of the blue, like I said, he just brought the two of you up in the conversation, you know, over the blue.
Mom!
Like, what the heck?
Maybe you should start doing it from your mom too. Say your mom was mom.
She hates that. My dad does it to her divorce. Hello?
It's legal. What?
My mom wants help reaching a light bulb in the ceiling to install. Yeah, I got friends over. I'm gonna do it later.
You want to do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright. I go back to work on Wednesday.
I know, but if we can do it tomorrow, it's only going to get 5 minutes of your time. Okay?
Alright.
Thanks, bye.
It's a daily LED, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just playing, but
Just
I was
call it
planning
mine.
pretending to type into my mind.
Like, I figured, like, oh, it's pretend.
I wasn't being serious. I was actually playing around. Oh, you can tell the difference when I'm being serious.
Like, what? You can tap into your mind? I didn't know you could do that. You gotta show me.
Yes, the read. Get close to me too.
What? I'm offended. I didn't understand what you said. I'm suing.
I'm just gonna tune you out.
I'm gonna block you. I'm on my phone. I'm on my Facebook account. I'm my Gmail account.
Oh, and by the way, Bashir, we actually did went ahead and started recording when Bashir told us that he was going to sue us. We started recording when we hold that. So we have that conversation all at hand. And yes, I got mad, so you'll hear me yelling and kind of yelling. Well, I wasn't entirely yelling, but I was mad, so. But anyway, you'll be able to listen to that conversation too, because we have proof of that too. But it's on my phone. Like you.
Yeah.
He calls me and I can't record and call at the same time.
Oh, I can.
I could do it! Oh, what happened? But the phone hung up.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, what's all this background noise? Oh, I can hear the static. Oh, how interesting.
But I thought I was talking to him and recording at the same time. I wonder what happened.
Oh, well, I guess I'll hang up then. I'll hear the static now.
I'm offended. I'm suing my phone company for millions of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah, stupid Haley is fun to us. Let him try. Events is a so cold. Anywho. No, I'm not a villain. However, I can pretend to be a very good villain, though.
Or are
Acting.
you?
No, I only act.
Oh, dude.
Shut up, Mike. I'm offended.
I'm saying.
I'm offended, Mike. How dare you say something to me?
I'm suing you.
I'm using you as a scapegoat.
Oh. Now I'm blaming you for everything that's gone wrong in my life.
Because it had
Because I can.
Because somehow, some way, it could tie to you.
I don't know how, but it is. Wow.
Still makes no sense how he. So somehow blame me for everything, even when I was miles away and had nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
I like his PS4.
I smell a conspiracy.
Billionaire.
Yeah. I always wanted to say that.
Yay, triangle. Yes, triangle.
Finally.
Bashir thinks he has the Triforce? Well, look at that. We made our own Triforce. We're stronger than him. Haha.
It's like weird.
Like that, be like.
But then he
Like,
used to
yeah,
do this.
it's like this.
Triforce! Like, you do know what that actually was.
You know
It's
what
not
that
like
means?
this.
Like
Like
a triangle. Like he's trying to do like that.
sideways.
Like he's trying to do like the tri-beam from Dragon Ball Z. Like tri-beam, go pew 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 pew.
Some stuff he does makes me wonder about him. Mental sort of way.
We've been wondering about him in a mental sort of way for years.
It's like I wonder.
Oh, he's complaining his multiple personalities have got out of jail and stuff's gotten weird. And I was like, sorry, already weird in there.
Yeah.
I
Not
haven't
much
even,
difference there, buddy.
like, I know I haven't been there and I already know it's weird.
Yeah. Like the only successful multiple personality success we know of really is me.
Oh, you.
Really, it's like the actual personality, multiple personalities
Yeah.
that I've shown to actually exist. You know, were actually real.
Oh, like Bashir.
But Bashir is only one. Him. He's making all the other ones up.
Oh.
Sure, I went along with it for a while because I thought it was fun, kind of hilarious.
Yeah, at first we didn't
At
really know,
first.
you know, until we figured it out.
Exactly. We all put our minds together, figured it out, put a stop to it for a while, for a short while, but it was still a while.
And then Future Boy showed up.
Future Boy showed up.
Oh! Well, I thought it was very hilarious sometimes. When he actually does, quote, change personalities. On some occasion, I thought it was totally hilarious that I could tell that he was pretending he didn't know what happened. Because he had this humongous grin and trying to keep from laughing. And I'm just like, I'll go along with it, but I'm thinking, he is such a bad actor. I can act better than that.
Even I could act better than he can. I'd be like, and they'd be like, whatever. But when I actually changed from one personality to the next, yeah, it took a lot of energy out of me because those were real personalities. So there is a difference. Bashir's were boom, 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 boom. Me, I'm like, okay, I'm tired.
Well, you, in certain extreme cases, they were just personalities that were actually entities. I'm not just talking about that one really bad one. There was a few others that were probably tied to the other personalities.
I don't know, which
Was
like I said,
And
it took a lot of energy out of me. Go from one to next, and finally return to myself. In the end.
Mm-hmm.
But Bashir is like, jump, 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 jump. In this supply of energy,
They were just like characters jumping
It's
in his
like-
head.
exactly, it's like,
Maybe somehow he does.
it brings up a question, like, how can you have all this energy to jump from one personality to the next and not run out of energy? It's not physically possible. At least from my personal experience. It's not physically possible. Even if these other personalities are not my own. It still took a lot of work. And you guys know, you actually saw this happen. Whereas me, and I changed, my facial expression, my body language changed all of a sudden. And then I somehow come back around and I'm myself, and I'm like, oh, tired, and I don't know what the heck happened. You guys have to explain to me what happened. For sure?
He's just saying something else in the video.
He's just like, la-di-da-di-da-di-da, oh, happy-go-lucky, like, nothing ever happened, and occasionally, it's like, he's acting like he's tired.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do that. I don't act tired, except when I'm actually legitimately tired. That's the only time when I act tired. It's when I'm tired. What the heck? So that's how I know he was just acting. They had all these other personalities they can just pick and choose from.
I knew he was acting because he was being a terrible actor.
But that's how you do.
Like,
Me, it's like, okay, this does not compute. Going from one personality to the next, not being physically grown up. Like going from one to the next, to the next, to the next, so on. It's just not physically possible. Me, hello. I was exhausted. Why are you not physically tired, if not unconscious? going from like 6, 7, 8, 10 different personalities. Or so.
I'm still disappointed I missed all that. I'm still disappointed I missed most of that.
Like his characters were cheaper by the dozen.
Exactly. It's like 12 different made up persons, and he goes through all of them without falling asleep.
Or skipping a beat either.
Oh, that, like.
Well, the funny thing is, he talked to his other personalities for the mail.
Oh, that one!
that.
Yeah,
Too.
like the
What
mirror
heck?
there, and he's like, pretending to be his dark side. Yeah, yeah,
So he just turns up.
Just starts with bad jokes.
Like, I don't even do that. I mean, if my dark side came out, he'll just sit there and look at you and actually interact with you. Not look at the mirror and, hello. I don't think it's possible. It might be. But to me, no. I don't believe that for one freaking nanosecond.
I thought that was hilarious.
I just thought it was plain old stupid.
You can't just turn on all those personalities at once in a flick of a switch.
Exactly. It should take time. Okay, like there's you, the original personality. Okay, you have dual personalities. Let's say you start out, then some drama or something triggered this to happen, and you split. Okay, there's you, and then there's this other personality that when something tragic or whatever, something's going to happen to you, it hits you, moves you out of the way, takes over, protects you. Takes all pain or whatever, and you're just, whatever. It steps out of the way, you take back over, you're exhausted, you don't know what the heck happened, somebody else has to explain it to you, everything to you. Yet, you have no memory of what happened.
Bro, let's go up the stairs.
So it takes a lot of energy. At least for me.
It's like to you, you just blacked out.
Yeah, it's like you black out. But I have several different personalities. I think they might have done some episode or whatever on TV, I think, about some lady having, I think, maybe up to either 14 or 15 different personalities. I think. Something like that. Like real high.
Wow.
Real high number of different personalities. One obviously was her, but one was like an 8-year-old little girl. And,
thank you.
a lot of others, but yeah, it's you can't just like I say, you can't just jump from one personality to another without missing a beat.
I was about to grab it.
A little bear. But yeah, made no sense to me how he just goes doop 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 doop. Those personalities are not retired. Makes no sense to me. Yeah. Then I was like, wait. He's pretending. Or somebody else is playing him like a puppet. Then it actually made sense to me. Figment of his imagination, somebody is controlling him somehow.
I think we found evidence for both, actually.
Yeah, both.
You know, like one example I remember distinctly was when he just threw off one personality after another, like rapid fire. You know, was when he came over here and we just talked to him. I think it was just you and I that time. I think Cam was at work, so he missed it.
You missed all the fun stuff. Oh, most of the fun stuff.
I know.
Well,
It
it's not
didn't
all.
still want to be around me at the time.
I believe it was 2013, maybe 2014. I'm pretty sure it was. No, it had to be after 2013. Because Future Boy didn't show up till New Year's Eve 2013.
Oh,
Oh, it's gone.
And you weren't here because you was
Yeah,
on
no.
break. You was on vacation.
Oh,
yeah.
I
He was
was
on
in my family's
vacation.
house.
And then the sheriff comes over and like, oh, Future Boy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
And then
that's
Mike
okay.
called me up and was all like, it was on the same time, like, oh, wait, what's going on? What are you talking about? Oh, Future Boy. I was like, Future Boy? What are you talking about? Start from the beginning.
I think it was somewhere around the middle of 2014 when this one happened. Was that Bashir was still doing his Future Boy episodes, and he like at that time you were there, I was there, Bashir was there. It's just the three of us, and Bashir was talking about I don't know issues with his family or whatever, and then all of a sudden Future Boy came out, and then okay we started interviewing Future Boy again. And then jump like blah 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 this family this or this and then so we started talking more. Then he said, well like we asked him how did he get here in the first place. He said, oh well he had some kind of time gate inside Bashir's head that was sort of shocked him like what? How does that even work? I was like I don't know I just got here and it was there and it's like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then we asked more questions about the gate itself that he supposedly used to pop inside Bashir's head. And then next thing you know, Sam shows up and starts talking about, oh, there's some kind of gatekeeper for the gate. And then it's like, and then we're trying to ask, well, what about Charlie? Isn't he the gatekeeper? No, he's some other gatekeeper. We'll say, well, who's this gatekeeper? It's like, and then he goes from like Sam, and then like Link shows out of nowhere, like literally Link.
Yeah.
And
My name's Link.
his leg, and he just showed up out of nowhere from Hyrule or whatever. And then he just keeps going from like one after another after another. And he's just standing up walking around going, whoop, 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 whoop. He literally shook every time. He was doing it like every 2 minutes. He talked. I'm like, how are you doing that so fast? Even you was like,
Yeah, I was like, how the heck are you doing that so fast?
See, I missed all the good stuff.
it was in retrospect, it was kind of funny. But at the time, it was confusing.
Even I was confused. I was like, what the heck? Even I can't change that fast.
And each one of us, I was like, well, you know who we are. I was like, you know, I am. But I was just
What
like,
are you talking about?
no, I'm this guy.
Like, we were just talking to him, and then this guy showed up, and you showed up.
I don't know.
Oh no, like, what the heck?
And he did that for like an hour straight. Just go,
I mean, it might take me like maybe a few minutes or whatnot, maybe a minute or two, if that, you know, when, like, I have my other personalities, I'll be like, okay, who wants to talk to these two? To these guys? And they would maybe talk a little bit for like maybe a few seconds, a minute or whatever, and then boop, one of them pops up and says, okay, I'll do it. And then talk. And then boom, another one comes in and says, okay, my turn. Then I come back up and like, okay, I'm tired. You know, but Bashir, it's like, boop, every 2 minutes or whatever, boop, bloop, 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 bloop.
It's
1
the
hour
same.
straight. I'm like, how are you doing this?
He's walking around the room and talking, and he's going back from the door to the middle room, and in the door, and then he's walking over here, and
Too bad we couldn't record it at the time.
yeah, we don't have recording equipment.
He's like, what the heck? You could make a mini series on it.
I know, right? But that I count that day as a prime example of just how nuts Bashir had gotten.
But there was one scenario. But I still also remember there was one scenario when I was actually there that it was an unusual scenario that seemed unusually accurate, and that would be named the hospital scenario.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very weird one, but for some odd reason, it didn't seem like your two example of him just going bloop, 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 bloop. It was different.
Yeah, I remember. Wow, okay. I remember that like it was freaking yesterday. Yeah, like I can like still actually, see that hospital. Like you mentioned it when you did, I was like, whoa, what? Like I got that mental image of it.
I think that was also in 2014.
Wow.
And that was also the time when I started. No, not started. I was starting to able to be the one that saw the things started happening, and then I could figure things out.
Because you switched jobs.
Yes. I left
Then I
that.
go to switch jobs again once we graduate from college. College
I won't
boy.
mind that.
Anyway, back on topic. Yeah, there were many instances where, well, a few instances where it wasn't just characters popping out of nowhere and talking to Bashir. There was a few strange instances that actually stood out, like there might have been more to it.
And when they started talking through me. But those were of the deadly spiritual sort. And they were coming after you.
I still don't know why.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Now, I've been trying to figure that out myself. Like, why the heck Mike? Why not Cameron or me? Like, come through, like, talk through Mike or come after me or, Cam,
You don't have to go. You don't have to talk through me. I can see you.
Like, did I ever provoke them or something? Like,
oh, it's just like, manifest yourself right here and come after me or Cameron, yourself,
Like,
but no. They used me. It's like freaking phone. Human telephone. Which not a pleasant experience to go through.
And hopefully we will not repeat that.
Better not.
Never repeat that again.
Yeah, but the time that guy so me out of my face on the bar. It was just me.
Yeah, it got so bad we couldn't play Smash Bros with you. Because as soon as you start losing, you just totally lose it. But yeah,
Mark, 1 minute into the game, Matt couldn't handle the game anymore. He's started getting all frustrated. But you don't have a way of losing! You just got hit a few times, you almost fell, and you couldn't handle it.
like,
Yeah.
I remember one time we didn't even get 10 seconds into the match when you went from fine to burning in the face. We was only 10 seconds into the match, and you had just gave up. Because you just suddenly got mad out of no reason, and then wouldn't say anything.
Real time.
I was like, what's wrong with it? Great. Whatever. I'm not playing that game, but that got annoying.
But yeah, but with Bashir now, it's like, what the heck?
His personality, Charlie, was the only one that actually stood out as potentially something else than just character. Or an influence of something else that wasn't character. Like when he said, like the one time that during that like string of visitations by those things, right? He was getting pinned down, someone else is getting pinned down, someone else is getting pinned down. I get ignored for some reason. You know, they just smoke my room up with the smell, but nothing else. I got off lucky that time. So I left the doors open to bathrooms. Anyway, but you know, some like a few couple of weeks or so afterwards, some Bashir came over, and she was wanting to know more about what was going on, and we were talking to him, telling him what happened to Cam, what's happening with you, what happened to me, and Bashir had said his story about what happened to him, and then like out of nowhere, I think Charlie just showed up because like, maybe Bashir thought Charlie could help or might know something about it. And then Charlie shows up, he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, we was in cancer," and he's like, "Oh yeah, well there was this dark presence here. I could still sense that energy, whatever." And it didn't make a whole lot of sense for him just babbling minimally about some dark energy. It was like, we just told you that's what happened. Now you're just saying what we just said back.
I said it's still devil. Of course it's still devil!
So now you say, "Oh, that's what happened here." It's still sad, so like, do you really? Because there were other, but out of the bunch of personalities Bashir had, Charlie's was still the oddball.
Now he's, I think,
But
the
cool.
one that really caught my interest because all the others just Bashir.
Yeah, but also, Mark, one thing you didn't mention also when he was just like going, and I was just so busy, I didn't have my belly up or any of that, and Joe was just like, "Oh well, I could put mine on for you for a few weeks," and he's been, "Hey, it's up." That was weird, but yet the funny thing was, it wasn't used because like, huh, now there is something. Now there is something wound in my world. It's like, okay, that's just weird.
I couldn't sense anything because, well, I
Of
don't know
course
how.
it is.
Still don't know how.
That's
Oh,
a
well. It's no longer important. But yeah, like, I
Yeah, that's weird.
don't remember all the details. I'm glad you do.
Well, it's not.
Cause
I remember all the details about the visitation too.
But yeah, it's those other times when there wasn't quite Bashir, like it wasn't just a character either. It just seemed odd even for Bashir. Like Charlie was one example. Another was that unnamed personality that talked to you, Cameron, and Katie when you three were probing him, and then mentioned that he had these strings, like dark strings coming off his head or whatever. And I don't remember them. I don't remember if we were just talking to the sheriff or it wasn't another personality or something. Do you remember how that went in? Because that was almost 3 years ago. But I do remember that particular incident was unusual. While you three interviewed him, I just stared at his mood ring the whole time he was wearing. And I noticed as soon as he realized he'd been caught, it instantly changed from blue to black. Which is supposed to respond to body temperature, but for to temperature. But this hand just went that cold, that fast. And I know the AC wasn't on either that time. Or the fan. Just whoosh, went right to black, the color of fear. And I'm like, huh, that was interesting. That was the only thing I could really notice. Like physically looking at it. And it just happened to coincide at the same time you two called him out. And like basically caught him, and then you guys started saying that apparently he got scared and ran. Cut the ties with him. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
That was another weird instance. I guess I was just there as a witness. Oh, and let's not forget the strange times with Bashir, like when you and Shears shared a mind link for a couple weeks or so after we watched Inception and Limitless, and then did the whole self-hypnosis thing for some self-help, which was back in, I think, August 2012, before the whole craziness 2013 broke. But that lasted for a while, and I think we brought it up a few times since then. Not really made any attempt to try that again. Then whenever I do ask Bashir, it's like his story changes a bit about it. It's not really consistent. Well, I'd say how I remember what happened, but my memory's faded about all that stuff. It's old news now.
Now that we did have it, I remember Cher's there, and I was here. We were facing each other, closed eyes, to make the link. And we were going to find something. Maybe I think he called it like gyms, draw something. But anyways, we're gonna do something, did it. connection lasts for like 2-3 weeks, almost a month. And then, yeah, I was like, enough. Disconnect. Like, enough of hearing the same old music in my head. I don't need it. Done. So, yeah.
I mean, he mentioned Traverse Town from Kingdom Hearts so many times. It almost made it seem like that's not only a game world hub, but it was almost like that's the hub world for his mind. For to use that like a staging ground and go somewhere else. Whether it was Hyrule or Angel Island or something.
So, yeah.
Or Green Hills or something. I don't know. But, you know, when all this interesting stuff is happening, it's just a shame that I did not have the technology at the time to actually record any of this. Poor little laptop couldn't handle anything. And I was too poor to get anything for it. Otherwise, not only could I record it, I could have saved it, and then we could have replayed it to see what actually happened. I mean, like with the whole string cutting thing during spring break 2014. What do you remember happened?
Spring cutting. What does that sound so familiar? I'm drawing a blank. Because I'm too tired. Right now.
Like the time he had us, we had him try to have Bashir do a string cutting kind of thing to cut ties with those grudges he held towards his ex-best friend from years and years and over 10 years ago. You know, from high school that broke this whole sex after marriage pact that he had made with them. It's not even a pact, it was a promise. You know, which Bashir took too personally and thought that it was all his fault for friending him in the first place or whatever. And they just somehow broke him. I don't understand how that even worked. We try to have him cut this, you know, all that. We kept telling him all that anger is slowing him down and weighing him down. He's going to be drowning in his own frustration, and it's stressing him out too much. And that's he kept getting triggered to switch because the more stress he got, the easier he switched. Kind of like you, but he had like more personalities as ammo. Not that it did them any good. So we try to get him to do the self-hypnosis again, but just on himself, and just say, look, gotta let go of his anger toward that one friend from years ago. It's not in his life anymore. It doesn't affect him anymore. And he shouldn't keep holding on to it. Grudges gotta stop. Gotta let go of that grudge he had with his brothers and his family in general, because there wasn't really much he could do about it anyway. But he kept trying and trying and trying. Gotta let go of his grudge that he had with a couple other people. I don't remember. But then he just... Every time he supposedly, when we had to talk to him, coach him through cutting the proverbial string, it's like he cut it, so to speak, but yet, after he did all four, and then he's all like, oh man, I feel better. And the next day, he's right back to where he started. All mad and
Not
angry.
only that, every time he does that, it's also crazy that he goes, oh, I haven't felt this way since 10 years ago. And he's up pretending he doesn't know anything that happened the past few months. He thought it was 10 years ago.
Oh
And
yeah,
others suggest that you call and say, seriously?
like that one.
We told you to cut your ties away from people, not cut your ties and memories from those people.
I mean, let go of your hate towards them, not let go of your memories.
I would go have everything towards them. You have my memories, my feelings, everything. And then he doesn't remember anything. And yeah, the next following day, he's all back to normal.
Dressed out and mad as usual. Like the one time, like you mentioned that whole time lapse, mental time lapse we had. That he had
Countless times.
countless times. But one in particular was last year. No, it's 2017. It was 2015. It's 16 is gone. I forgot. It's New Year's Day. Okay, I'm not used to it being the new year yet. I'm still used to. I got used to calling 2015 as last year. Okay, so I'll just say by year day. Year day was like,
Yeah,
2015. 2015. He spent an evening here doing another one of those acts where it was himself and then his younger self. And now he's talking, his younger self is somehow supposedly talking through Bashir. And he's all like, you know, I had those posters at the time with Steve Jobs and everything else. And one of them was like, Steve Jobs died in 2012 or whatever. He's like, hey, when did Steve Jobs die? I thought he was still alive. And it's like, it's not 2004 anymore.
Oh, what are we talking about? Where's my family? Who are you? Blah, 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 blah.
He's like totally lost.
Totally pretending that he's young again.
And then he even goes into the restroom and then he has an interpersonal conversation with himself in the mirror while wearing the necklaces I gave him, all the pendants and everything. And he's all like, oh, well, I'm glad I still have my hair.
Well, hell, he's saving himself bald every time.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's actually going bald.
He just shaves himself bald every time.
Exactly.
I can tell he doesn't use any. He doesn't. When he uses hair clippers, he doesn't bother putting on what size of hair he wants. He just leave it blank and go. Like, oh, I don't want a half of ends. How about no ends? Can you see me having no hair? That'll be terrible.
Buzz.
Short hair, that's different. He doesn't do short hair. He save it all up. He cut it all gone.
If I wanted like an inch gone, man, I go to freaking supercuts. Oh man, like okay, take an inch off, or shave all of this off. You know, sure, That's $17 right there. But hey, it's worth it.
You may not be saving money, but you're support the local businesses.
Exactly. I may be wasting money, but I support the local business. You have to support the little people, you know? Because we are the little people.
Oh man, look at that. This is what Grandma gave me for Christmas.
Oh, you.
A new calendar. I haven't opened it yet, but those are nice pixels.
I haven't yet chosen a new calendar.
I have a new calendar from Grandma.
My parents put up a new one. Not as fancy as this one.
This is a good one.
Exactly. Not as fancy as it's good, but...
I haven't put it up yet. I don't know how to it.
Yeah, Jesus calendar.
Yeah.
What?
I said go to Jesus calendar.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. What's wrong with you? I'm suing you in a pillow.
I'm counter-suing you.
There's no pawn rights.
I
So I
know.
can't do anything about it.
Oh, yeah. But that's something what probably stupid Harry would try.
You hit my pillow. I'm suing.
You hit my pillow. I'm suing. That's an invasion of privacy.
And he's crazy.
Oh, it's stupid. No, it's not.
Hey, invasion of
It's
privacy?
stupid. I'm not
What
doing
are you talking about? You weren't naked in the room or something. There was no invasion of privacy. What are you talking about?
Like, I didn't walk in on you doing something inappropriate to yourself. Hello. Or
Yeah.
anything else. Oh, I didn't walk in on you going to the bathroom.
Take a picture of you and post it on social media.
Saying this is how you use a toilet. Or something. So and so using a toilet. Look at it.
I suppose those kind of videos I've seen that kind of video they would post like on America's Funniest Videos of people like parents running on their kids or whatever when they're in the shower and scare their teenage kids.
Invasion of privacy. Kid could sue the parents for that.
That is an
Yeah,
invasion of
millions of
privacy. They'll probably the parents, but that's still an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, kids sue the parents to get all the money.
They're gonna budge in at you when you're naked in the cell. It's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, you don't walk in on your parents in the shower or in the bathtub or whatever. On the toilet. And they do it
Because
to you.
yes, I'm saying you can. I'm not saying you will. Like, that you can. But then, like all court hearings, you can't just say they did. You gotta have proof that they did.
Yeah.
And if there's no camera video, there's no pictures, there's no audio at all, then you can't prove that they did it, so it can't hold up in court.
So lost.
It can't hold up in court anyway. Unless there's actual evidence that they did bulge into you, you're taking a cell.
You're up the creek without a paddle. Or a
Yep.
boat. Or anything like that.
Don't waste the lawyer's time. It'll cost you.
Yes, they'll still charge you.
$10,000.
They'll still charge you, even though you're only there for a few minutes. They'll still charge you.
Yep.
Like, we will see you. I get paid X number of dollars an hour. You're there for 50 minutes. Da, 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 da. So you still owe me $200.
You have to pay. Too bad. You have to pay.
Don't make me send you to court because you're not gonna pay me. I'm a lawyer, Michael Sue too. Like, okay, I'll pay you. Yes, $200. That's what I thought, kid. Now get out of here. Don't waste my time. Of course, if a lawyer goes to court, they gotta have another lawyer to help them. They can't do it themselves.
You can't represent yourself in court if you're a
No.
lawyer.
Nope.
Oh wow.
No, you can't. You have to have another lawyer do it for you. Even though you're loyal, you can't do it yourself.
There's a bad thing about being loyal. You can't protect yourself in court. Got another lawyer do it for you.
So you have to pay the other lawyer to do what you can do for yourself.
Exactly. Just pay somebody else help you. Scenario.
You're legally not allowed to
Legally help yourself.
You're not legally allowed to do yourself in court. Defend yourself in court. You gotta have a lawyer. You have another lawyer, even though you're loyal. That's just crazy. Anyway, let's go back on topic. Go whoop, back on topic.
You distract me and I forgot what I was saying. What were we talking about?
Bashir, his craziness.
Yes.
Multiple personalities.
Crazy Bashir. Blah. Blah.
I feel so too.
Blah. That's what I just next time I talk, just go blah. Blah. Let's just go
Ah.
See, what do you mean, Cam? What do you mean?
Like, what are you guys talking about?
Ah.
What? I can't tell it. What was the topic?
It's like, hey, what should I call it? So I go work at McDonald's.
I will be a writer. Fine. I'll go work at McDonald's. Or somewhere else.
It's like, I
I'd
just
be
finished,
like, stupid.
I just finished my writing class. Fine, I'll go watch funny cat videos.
Fine, I'll go eat McDonald's.
Good for you.
Anyway, yes, back on topic.
I totally forgot.
What?
You can talk about all those crazy people.
Sharon, Charlie. Was there any other personalities of his that stood out?
His funny dark side. His dark side.
Big Justin.
I believe it was just Charlie and the dark side. Like,
Charlie was
I
interesting.
like,
And then when the dark side comes out, it was just hilarious. Especially his name, Mr. High. It's like, seriously? That's a bad name.
Doctor Strange and Hyde. Or Dr. Hyde.
It's Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde. I'm
Wait,
like,
it's the second one. Yeah, that was just so hilarious. It's like, that was just so
Where's the
hilarious.
other one?
His dark side was kind of high. It's like, wow, really?
and you have to talk to him in the mirror. Like, he's stupid. That makes no sense.
And just does, and his dark side just did, his normal smack talking, and just tried to badmouth you, but really just so hilarious. It's like, right.
It's like, really? That is how you smack talk to people? You're so dumb.
It's like, oh, well, how about you try to further stand up, try to punch me, see what happens.
I think I pretty much told him I had heard better jokes from a 4-year-old than you. I was like, I really had heard better. I had funnier jokes and better insults from a 4-year-old. And he's like,
I'm like, seriously. a 5-year-old can do a funnier joke than you.
Then just stop. You all would have killed it.
And Bashir was like afraid of this guy.
I know. He's all
He
but.
Like, you're afraid of this punk. Really? Stupid.
But still, what's the matter with you? Your dark side is nothing. Matt's dark side, however,
It is something.
well, it is something. But even I didn't feel him either.
Yeah. I was,
Like Bashir starts out with a joke. Yours was serious.
Yeah.
his, I was like, haha, you're laughable. But once it comes to mine, I'm like,
Dead
hide
serious.
me? Like, I don't want to be here. Hide me.
Yeah. So we talk about the hospital incident. Talk about grudge tie cutting. We tried grudge tying with him more than once actually. It's been like 3-4 times. We still didn't get any success on that. That lasted more than a week.
Yeah, because he's not actually doing it. He's pretending.
Yeah.
It's all his imagination. You can't really do it if he's just imagining it. You gotta actually do it.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe him when he says, oh yeah, I cut those ties. And, oh,
And it's funny, the one video you had, it's in the tail end when he started actually acting like he's serious when I was just telling him that when I was telling him that in order to be serious, you don't just laugh and joke around. That's not being serious.
I go to the bathroom. Bring it back.
that's just laughing and joking around.
Yeah. Ah. Mike's on the best. Listen. Ah.
Oh, yeah, cheating.
Ah. Yeah, I don't. Mean. Yeah. Other mean people. Max and Koenig definitely did.
How you doing, my angel?
And the civet dog said it was not bad. And I put up a new pic. I put up a camera. I post pictures now. There's another camera on the there. It's not the new it's it's not there that we not there that we You are my friend. What? It's okay. You can go play. Okay, what's that? What not? What's not for sale?
Bye, Mike.
Okay.
gracefully and paved the way for later feature films that would rake in a combined $3.7 billion. That's it for another nostalgic chapter of Blaster to the past. Follow us on Twitter @Blaster and head to Blaster.com for more dispatches from the world of fandom.
What's
And
that?
share your Transformers the movie memories with us in the comments. Until
What's
then,
that?
remember.
Say goodbye.
I didn't hear him.
Touch!
I was in the bathroom.
You got the power!
He said bye, Mike. You ready to go? You ready to live? He's been saying that. So he's going to go.
I didn't hear him on my phone.
Said bye to you.
I wasn't expecting him to leave.
No.
So I didn't think it's too tired.
Yeah.
What's wrong? I'm expecting to stay here with you all day. Are these rechargeable?
No. I wasn't done talking to him. Sorry, I didn't know he left.